Hi guys, how's it going? So, why are we wasting our time worrying about anything? Just like, seriously, why are we worrying ourselves about things that we do control and we can't control? Seeing as we are the creator of our reality, we create our reality, right? So, why waste your time worrying about how stuff is going to work out when you can just fix it? It sounds easy, right? That's because it is. And I want to talk about that a little bit because I had this download. So I was just driving one night. I was on my way to work when I heard, ain't it funny? It just always works out for you. And I'm like, I guess that's our conversation for tonight. Because whenever I like driving like by myself, like I get in my car by myself, turn on my music and I drive because that's when I feel like I get some of the best downloads there is. Like my guys and I, we have some of the best conversation. Just me and them, just us driving down the highway. But then I heard it. It just came in and I was like, where are we going with this now? I was like, yeah, it always works out. And I'm like, that is my affirmation. Everything always works out in my favor. So I was like, I get to thinking. And I was like, yeah, it really do. Like, how many times I just sit there and worry about things just for it to just work out in my favor without knowing that it's going to work out. But now that I know better, that I know that I am the creator of my reality and things goes the way how I want it to go or better when I ask my guides for help, it goes better. So why worry, right? Why waste your time and worry about anything? And I get it, I get it because at the end of the day, we think we're human beings and we're really not. So, that's a human thing to do, to worry. But I'm here to tell you guys, like, let's stop, including myself. It's for me too. Yeah, I really need to cut the worrying thing out because when things seems to not go the way I thought I planned, it's like easy to be like, oh my goodness, how is this gonna go? Yeah, no. Because what they've pointed out to me was, remember when my daughter was a lot younger and I had to work, and finding somebody to keep my daughter was like one of the biggest struggle for me. And I used to, like, sometimes I just used to want to cry. And then my husband would be like, yeah, you should not be working. And I'm like, yeah, you have a job, but I need my own, I need my own money. Like, I haven't, like, no, that just doesn't work for me. I like my own things. And I just wanted to work. And he was just not happy. And I was just not backing down because I just was like, I need my own job. I want to work. And I remember my sister would help me out, and then she would be like, oh no, I can't do this no more. For whatever her reason was, I'd just be like, oh my goodness. And back to worrying again. Like, you feel like you take 10 steps forward just for you to take 10 steps backwards. Then my mom, she changed her schedule so she could help me out. Then it so happened, time she changed her schedule so she could help me out, her job changed her schedule again. So now her schedule doesn't match my schedule. So I was like, you know what? Maybe my husband's right. Maybe I need to quit and just stay home. Because it's like every time I feel like I find help, the help doesn't last. So I remember one morning I went in and I was talking with the girl that I work with, and she was like, "Girl, you live across the street from me. Like, why would you quit? Just bring her over. Like, she and my son, they go to the same preschool. I have to take him anyways. You only work 2 mornings out of the week. Just drop her off on your way in, and I got you." And let me tell you, that worked out. That worked out so perfectly. So perfectly. And I was like, but then I felt bad because I had to be at work for 6 o'clock and I had to wake her up early. And it's like, so worrying again. I solved that problem, but then I was like, I don't like waking up early. Then I switched my schedule from first shift to third shift. And I was like, why did I do that? But then my mom was able to help me out then when I switched to third shift. But then I kind of screwed myself because my shift ends at 8 o'clock in the morning. And my daughter had to be at school for 8:30. So by the time I get off work to go get her from my mom, which my mom will get her ready, so all I'd have to do is just take her to school. We'd be late in the morning. I was like, it's always something. It just, what can ever go right? And then I just be like, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to leave 7:30. So I started leaving 7:30. The manager called me up one morning. She was like, I noticed you've been leaving early. Do you want to start leaving early? Because the office wants me to cut hours, but I just felt some type of way that I shouldn't really cut your hours. And I was like, please cut my hours. Please cut it. I need to leave early because I need to take my daughter to school. She was like, okay. So that worked itself out. That worked itself out perfectly. And it just brings me back. And that's just one scenario of me worrying about things just for it to work out in my favor. Because even yesterday, not yesterday, but a few days ago, I was downstairs in the living room and my husband was like, why you look like that? And people always just, I don't know, maybe I make faces. I don't know. I can't see my face, so I don't know what it looked like or if I'm even making faces. But people always say, oh, why are you making faces? So I was like, I'm worried. I wasn't even worried because lately I've been really paying attention to my thoughts, my emotion, and everything because, you know, your thoughts create your reality. So I try to be as aware as I possibly can of my thoughts and my emotion, you know, because I have to consciously create what I'm creating. I can't just create randomly. Not anymore. You know better, you do better, right? And I was like, I'm worried. He was like, why would you be worried? Like, I don't worry about anything. Like, why? So I was like, yeah, you're right. You have a point. But I didn't want to like tell him like, yeah, I'm not worried. It's just something to shut you up. So just leave me alone. He went in a whole tangent about worrying and why, you know, you should never worry about anything because if you can't control it. And I'm like, but we can control it. We just don't give ourselves enough credit. And we just don't know. Some of us just don't know how powerful we truly are. And that we have control of everything that goes on in our lives. Whether we believe it or not, we do. So I was like, yeah, all right, I'm not going to worry anymore. I'm leaving that alone. I'm leaving that right where it's at. And even, I remember one time I was on my way to work one night and my car just my car just started acting up. Like, it just would not, like, I'm pressing the gas, but it just would not. You know, you fluid accelerator, the car will go faster. Mine just seemed like it just want to shut off. And I'm like, just get me where I'm going. Then I don't care what happened after that. And the car did exactly that. Just got me to work and that was it. So I was like, I worked 25 minutes away from home. How am I going to get home? How am I going to drop my daughter off at school in the morning? Because my husband drives trucks. He's away. How am I going to do this? And I'm like, see, this man done told me since we first got together I should not be working, but I won't listen. And now look what I done got myself into. So one of my friends that I work with, she was like, oh, just take my car, because you have to take your daughter to school. So I'm like, how are you getting home? I'm like, I'm working overnight. I'm your relief. You're leaving now. How are you getting home? She was like, don't worry about me. I'll call my cousin. He'll pick me up. She called the cousin. Cousin didn't come. She ended up having to call another cousin. And I'm like, yeah, why you put yourself through all of this when your car's outside? She was like, yeah, but how are you going to get home? How are you going to take your daughter to school? And I'm like, I don't know, but I got myself in this. I got to figure it out, right? But I was worried. I wanted to cry. But me, I'm the kind of person, I won't let nobody see me cry. I will not. If I can control, you won't see me cry. I just won't. And I'm a crybaby. I cry all the time. I just won't let people see me cry. So she was like, I don't want to hear it. So she left her car with me. So I told her, I was like, all right, in the morning, I just need you to take me to go get a rental. She was like, I got 2 cars. Because I was worried. I was like, oh my goodness, I have to go get a rental. I've never done this before. How is this going to go? Like, how long did they keep you? You get to keep it? Do you have to worry about mileage? How am I going to do this? Like, now I have to go pay to get my car fixed. Now I have to be paying for this rental. I have to do this, do that. And I was like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm just going to go buy a new car. So I called my friend up. I was like, hey, I'm taking your car to you. So I took her car to her. She was like, just use my other car. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, all right, how much you going to charge me? She was like, you're my friend. Why would I charge my friend anything? Like, no. Unless I don't see you as a friend, then I'll charge you. But you're my friend, so I'm not charging you. So I was like, okay, thanks. So I used her car. So I was like, hey, help me find a car, because I'm going to buy a car, because I'm not finna be out here struggling. I got a small child, and I'm not finna be doing that. So she was like, all right. She went online. She found a car. And she was like, what kind of car you want? I was like, me? I don't know. Just find me something that's reliable. I said, preferably a Toyota. I think I kind of like Toyotas. Just find me a Toyota. A new Toyota with the nice colors. You know, the cars with the pretty colors these days. I want that. And I want it to be fully loaded. And I want this and I want that. But I was like, I also like silver. She found a silver one. And I was like, yeah. And the price was amazing. And I was like, yes. So I called up the dealer. They told me to come in the next day. The next day, she was supposed to take me. She couldn't because she had work. But then the dealer call was like, oh, somebody came and bought the car. So she was like, don't worry about it. Found another one with the color that I wanted, with the color that I liked. Even though it cost a bit more, the price was like way more, but I didn't mind. Bought that. And now sitting here looking back, it's like, you just wasted energy on worrying just for everything to work out. I always found somebody to keep my daughter for me to go to work. And I ended up with a brand new car. One that I liked. One that I love. So worrying makes absolutely no sense. None whatsoever. So guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully it helps. Hopefully you can not worry. And know that everything always works out in your favor. No matter what. It always will. It has to. It's divine law. It has to work out. Right? And just focus on your outcome. Don't focus on what's not going right in your life at the moment. Just focus on what you want to happen for you, and trust and believe it will. Like I said, it has to. Thank you, and I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.